Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland,
New York,
New Jersey,
Indianapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan.
Iowa,
Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
Our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesian,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club.
and Wilderness Lodge.
And you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening
to
to my
Welcome home, neighbors, to episode 148 of our Community Hall Live podcast. My name is Chad Pennycuff, and I am your host tonight, as we're going to dive into this topic of you need to go to SeaWorld. And there's a unique little backstory behind tonight's show is my annual pass came up. I had some friends in town and was bringing them into SeaWorld because with the annual pass here, every 4 months you get 2 bring a friend tickets. So my brother came down, I brought him in. My friend Rich came up from Fort Lauderdale. I brought him in and I'm telling Gina about it. She's like, oh yeah, it's awesome. We need to do a show on it because SeaWorld is so slept on. And you've got some great options here. If you're coming to Orlando, you can definitely use your DVC points. It's only about a 25-minute drive up the road. Or if you'd like to do a point swap and stay at a resort a little closer to SeaWorld and get park tickets, our sponsors, DVC Rental Store, would be glad to come back in and really take care of you on a full package SeaWorld Deluxe resort accommodations, tickets, package, the whole 9 yards. I would also tell you, because the annual passes are so cheap, they're like $400 for a year, and you get to bring some friends in every now and then. Don't sleep on the annual passes either, because you can get some serious discounts, bring 2 family members in with you, and really bring that cost down per day. So SeaWorld and DVC Rental Store. I know they'll do universal swaps as well, if that's how you'd like to use your points. But we're here today to come back in and talk about it. Let's bring our co-host and show producer. Welcome back, Gina. Hey, Gina, welcome to the show tonight.
Hi, thanks. The other thing that happened was I think I went to SeaWorld San Diego the same time you went to SeaWorld Orlando. We started discussing the comparisons and how great of a park it is on both coasts.
Yeah, I mean, how far is it from Disneyland? Isn't it about just over an hour?
It's like 670 miles away, so it's about an hour and 10. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad drive
doable.
from Disneyland.
It's doable.
Definitely doable. I might consider just packing up and going down there and staying in San Diego for a couple days.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do that. But here in Orlando, you literally pass by SeaWorld if you take the northern route from the airport home. Not the route that the Magical Expresses take, but if you minimize the tolls, you'll come right past SeaWorld and right past the new Epic Universe on your way to Walt Disney World.
So close.
So close. So close. So from my house on the western side, it's probably about 25 minutes to get to SeaWorld and about 35. Universal is about another 10 minutes up I-4. So
okay, not too bad. Really
no,
close.
it is not bad at all. It's very, very, very doable here.
Yeah.
Very, very doable here. So in talking about this tonight, we want to talk about the parks that are there, the shows, the attractions, and kind of just break down SeaWorld for you guys and why we think you guys ought to go. I almost have Ron Schammert talked into going on his next trip here. I think I'm going to have to sneak him in there on a one-on-one trip before he commits to bring the whole family to it. But hey, I have an annual pass. We'll go.
Okay, I want to talk first about the annual passes because the annual passes for like the top tier, isn't it for all parks, all SeaWorlds, all parks? So if you live anywhere in the United States that has the Busch Gardens, you can go to SeaWorld.
Mm-hmm. So the Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, San Diego, San Antonio. I don't think we get Abu Dhabi with that one. I think that's a different path.
Different pass, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, still. It's still a really, really, really good deal. So, because I'm going to bring up mine now that you mention it.
Because that's the first thing. And as a teacher in Southern California and in Florida also, and in San Antonio, they give away teacher fun cards and a free day ticket for your family. So I have a free ticket. I use it. I use my fun card. And then I just buy one annual pass.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't really get to those really quick, but yeah, you're exactly right. Right now, there's a sale on the annual passes. I have to buy my new one tonight. And then don't sleep on Capital One Shopping either, or Rakuten or some of those other portals. right now I have a 10% off coupon that it's also good for passes. So all things said and done, it should be with taxes, gotcha fees, all that and nickel and dimey stuff they throw in there, under $450 for my annual pass out the door
Brilliant.
for
Brilliant.
a year. And the
And
other thing is
discounts
when
on
you,
everything.
yeah, discounts on everything. And when you buy that annual pass here, at least here in Orlando, we get a monthly like animal feeding and a monthly encounter it's just free. So like I can go get a tray of fish to throw to the sea lions,
Fun.
which is kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. Okay. It's, you've got other birds that try to swoop in and grab them. So you got to try to throw them so that the sea lions can actually get to them. The worst part about it is your hands are going to smell like dead fish when you're done, but they've got a soap and a water basin there to wash your hands. And it's all good. It's definitely all good.
And then the other thing that SeaWorld San Diego has is it has different festivals throughout the year. So there is a food fest also. We have the Seven Seas Food Fest. I don't know if you guys have that.
Seven Seas Festival.
We have that. It's super affordable. You can buy your drink cup and the refills are less. It just everything is great. We have refills on popcorn, refills on drinks. So yeah.
I don't know that we have the refills here in Orlando, but I know for our Seven Seas Festival, as an annual pass holder, I can buy a punch card that has 15 entrees in it or sample size drinks. They'll give you about a 7-ounce pour of any alcoholic beverages that the booth has as well. So you can either get the food sample, and the food samples are slightly bigger than Epcot, and I think a little flavorful. Like I like the SeaWorld ones a little bit better. And when you factor in the annual pass gives me 3 for $90, 3 more for $90. So that's a total of 18. Plus they usually have a printed coupon. So you can get 19, 90 bucks, like 19 samples.
Yeah.
In Disney prices, that's $300. So
yeah. And, our food is great in California. So it's just great all around. The foods are always amazing because we have chefs from wherever. So
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's better than DCA.
You won't say that it is?
No, it's on the same par because Disneyland food's up here anyway.
Yeah, Disneyland food's definitely elevated over the world. But I'm telling you, I think this is on par with Epcot's Food and Wine or slightly above.
Yeah.
And some really, really, really great dishes. There's a chicken slider that I got there. There's like a flank steak out of Brazil booth.
Oh, I had that. That was good. I had that here. It was good.
Yeah. Really, really, really good stuff that's there. The other thing is we both have a water park on both coasts, right?
Yes. Ours used to be called Aquatica. And then what happened about 5 years ago, right before 2020, they started opening Sesame Place and realized they really wanted the kids to have a special place to go. So they transferred it over Sesame Place. So it's all kiddie rides combined with the Aquatica water park.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's Sesame Street Place. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We have a full-blown Sesame Street land in the back of SeaWorld here. And it is very, very, very well themed. Your little kids, your preschoolers will just go nuts at the place and just absolutely positively love it. Everybody else, meh, we've outgrown it. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Right?
And then SeaWorld San Diego developed a new area. It's called the Rescue Junior because in California, it's all about rehabilitation of the animals and rescuing the animals. And so Rescue Junior has the rides and all the attractions are for rescuing and how can you help save your oceans. So that's our new in place of Sesame Place. It's now Rescue Junior.
Got it. We still have some of the SeaWorld rescue stuff going on here in Orlando. And they can't really pull off the rehabilitation thing in Central Florida.
True.
Where's
your ocean? Yeah. Where's your ocean?
We're an hour from either coast. Okay. Yeah. So they don't do that, but they do have messages of conservation, how they're studying the animals and helping them and taking good care of them and feeding them. And, the whole big thing about, we're not punishing the dolphins and making them work for food. They actually love to play.
They love it. Yeah.
And they love to play and the whole narrative that goes along with that as well. So, because I know the blackfish thing was kind of a black eye on them, and they've started to turn things around. Like
I agree.
I have to say, I was a little distraught by the movie when I first saw it, But then after I came, I was like, okay, they've addressed this. They're owning up to the stuff that's not working out well and moving forward in appropriate directions.
Yeah. And on that note, I want to talk about the roller coasters.
Oh my gosh, yes.
My gosh. So since SeaWorld had the negative reaction with that movie, they were like, we're just going to pump up the rides. And here in California, they totally have. They
Mhm.
brought us like 5, I think we have 5 coasters now, 4 or 5. I'll count later, but we have some amazing roller coasters. We have an electric eel, which is like a hang time, and it does all these flips and like it has inversions and it's crazy, insane. We have a manta, which is like the manta at Cedar Point. We have a ride that's called Arctic Rescue, which is Tron, but faster and longer. And what else do we have? That's 4 I can think. Oh, and we have a new one, Emperor, which is like a surfboard. It reminds me of like a surfboard ride.
Okay.
So we have 4.
Yeah, I think I have that one here. I think this is the photo. We call it Pipeline here in Orlando. It's actually a standing coaster. It opened up
That's
in
rad.
2023. And
That's awesome.
2024, we're getting a brand new Slinky Dog-esque family coaster called
Fun.
Penguin Trek, and it's tied with the Penguin exhibit. And yeah, it's supposed to be a family coaster. I've looked at the track for it last time I was there. It doesn't look like it does anything crazy, but it does look like it's about on par with Slinky Dog, and that's kind of how some team members there have pitched it to me. So this is a roller coaster called Mako.
And then Carissa says the best roller coaster.
Yeah. Seriously, guys, Mako is on par with the best roller coaster in all of Orlando. Velocicoaster, Tron, Guardians, all of it. It's a classic there and back loop-de-loop airtime coaster.
Love it.
It doesn't go upside down. It's just run there, come back, and some up and downs and catch some air times. And you can start to see, this is myself and some of my coworkers, and they were it was a good time, right?
Great.
It was a good time. It was a good time. And so Mako is a phenomenal coaster. Let's see. The year before last, we added one called Icebreaker.
Ooh, that looks fun.
Which is, it's a swing coaster. You start to like you're trying to ram ice in a break, and you eventually come up a hill, back down, up a hill, back down, and then eventually you come across it. You break through the ice and kind of go around a loop, and it's a pretty neat coaster. I think it's slightly uncomfortable, but I'm a bigger guy, but it is it's a decent coaster. You can't. It's about mid-tier. It's not super high, but it's not something that would be super family friendly either. Your little kids aren't going to like it.
Yeah.
So it's about a medium intensity. Then we
Yeah,
have
the
this roller coaster
Kraken.
called Kraken,
I did that
which
one.
was originally designed to be a VR wearing headset. And come COVID, they discontinued the VR elements of it, but they've since recently refurbed the ride, and it's just a really good upside down wild ride roller coaster. Like it's
How
respectable. And
Very fun.
if you rope drop these, you can get through all of the coasters at Cedar Point by 11:30, and with like next to no wait for any of them. So it's still just a very family orientated park with a lot of little kids. So if you're a coaster enthusiast, rope drop.
SeaWorld for sure. Well, even in California, SeaWorld, we always ride Manta first because that's the long line, and it ends up being 20 minutes is the longest. No, yeah, it's more families, and they're doing the rescue junior area and their little like aquarium area more than they're doing the big coasters.
Yeah. And Manta here it's called a flying coaster, which your back is actually parallel to the track. So we're like hanging down. If you can imagine that, we're hanging down and we're all kind of looking up.
That's so cool.
Getting ready to do a big 360 loop.
Yeah,
Why
that was
everybody's
fun.
looking forward at the camera. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's definitely not a comfortable coaster if you've got a long ride time in there. But you can see down here, everybody's legs are kind of like bolted in or strapped in.
Yep.
It's a hanging coaster. It's
Okay.
my least favorite at SeaWorld, but it's still a decent thrill ride
Yeah,
as well.
Armanta's the best. Armanta's the best. Electric Eel freaks out Brandon, but I love Electric Eel because it does the turns and the flips and it's only one coaster at a time because it goes forward and backward and around, and it's great.
Yeah. And by the way, we are planning a SeaWorld meetup day together before our San Diego cruise in 2025. So
Yes.
be sure to stay tuned for that, and a day over at the San Diego Zoo before that cruise as well. Because I'm like, if I'm coming all the way to San Diego,
You have
I'm
to.
I got to get my theme parks in and, the world famous zoo there
Yep.
as well. But speaking of zoo, then let's transition over to animal encounters here.
Yes, definitely. I don't know what shows you have. We have a orca encounter, a dolphin encounter that
Yep.
just revamped it, and we have the Seymour and Clyde show. I think that's Seymour and Clyde's Across the Universe. It's the sea lion and otter show with the walrus in there. And then we have what else do we have? I think that's it. We used to have a pet show where they rescued all these pets and trained them, but then that ended. So we don't have that show. Oh, we have a Cirque de Mer show, which is a fun out on the water Cirque du Soleil, but it's all ocean themed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So our Seymour and Clyde Sea Lion Otter show just got revamped this year. And so they got rid of the whole high school theme with it that was really kind of hokey. And it's a much, much, much better show. And then
Ours is Saturday Night Live themed.
Yeah.
It's
the dolphin show is really good here. The orca show is really good here as well. So all of those phenomenal shows. We have stingray petting here in
same.
This. We've got sea lion feeding. We've got various different animal feedings all the way around the park.
Yeah.
And
I was
then
just
we
going to
have
talk.
Discovery Cove here as well.
I was just going to talk about that. Ours is inside SeaWorld. Is yours a separate park?
Yeah, ours is technically a third gate.
Okay, ours is not separate.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're actually like shrinking it a little bit to build more parking and more parking structure and infrastructure over there. But it's you have to pre-book that one in advance, and you get to swim with the dolphins and go through some very specific like snorkeling experiences, and I believe it's all like food and beverage included. So it's a pretty decent deal. I've just never been able to find anybody that is willing to go with it with me.
Yeah.
So every time I've got friends that come in and I find out at the last minute that they've already booked it or they've already been. And I'm like, darn. I just missed it. So
when you come here, we actually have a beluga whale swim with the belugas, and they get the full wetsuit, and you get to go. And the belugas are they're just amazing animals. You get to be with the beluga. The other thing we have Discovery Cove is the dolphin swim. But I shared this all the time. When you live in California and you go in the ocean, there's dolphins all the time. So you live dolphins. I'm like, I lived it, so I don't have to pay money. So I would pay for the beluga though. That is not something you get in California.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to check that out. I think Lincoln's coming with me on that trip next year. So I'll be tied to what my,
see if he wants to swim with a beluga, but they're just so beautiful and enchanting.
Yeah. We'll have to see what his swimming skills and confidence is up to.
The other thing we have a lot of aquariums. So we have the California Coastal Aquarium. We have the Oceans of the World Aquarium. So we have those two huge aquariums that are walk through, and you can see pretty much every animal that's ever lived in the ocean. And then we have an eel, a California eel, and the stingray and the Garibaldi, all the California coast. We have plenty of aquariums. As you're in line for the coasters, even they have aquariums.
Yeah, we've got some of those as well that are built into the queues for that.
Yeah.
We have a really cool shark aquarium here as well. And I know my nephew is just like shark crazy, and I'm dying to bring him in here.
That's so cool.
But he seems to spend most of his time in Florida over in Tampa with his family, and I can't get them to make the trip.
Just one day. Just one day.
Just one day. They're huge fans of Busch Gardens over there, and I'm like, it's the same family. Like
exactly. Same sort of, and it's actually educational. And we also have the penguin encounter. I love that too.
Yeah, we have a penguin encounter as well, and a little stinky. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's definitely stinky.
Yeah, plug your nose for the penguins. But it's definitely very chill. It's cold in there. It's a great place to get out of the heat here, and love me some penguin experiences there as well.
And then is the manatee rescue there? We lost manatee rescue. They moved it to Florida, I thought.
Yes, we definitely have manatees here. And I'm not going to lie, though. I think the manatees over in Epcot are a little better because we have a manatee display over in, the Seas building over
I've seen
there.
that.
And I think days, like back-to-back days, I was in one and then in the other. And I was like, oh, wow. The
Epcot's a
Epcot
little
one
better.
actually is kind of plussed it up a little bit. But I think it's
Okay.
because the Epcot one, they're like feeding them live lettuce.
Yes.
And, you actually see them eat. They're kind of disgusting seeing all the little pieces floating on top, but
hey, they
Yeah.
have to eat. And then we also have a turtle encounter. They got rid of the manatees and they put in the turtles. So we have a bunch of sea turtles now, and they've all been rescued. These are rescued sea turtles, and they are rehabbing in SeaWorld. And there's one guy, he's pretty old. He's up there in age. So
now
I forgot that.
we have a third gate here called Aquatica. It's definitely a third gate. You've got SeaWorld as a gate, Aquatica as a gate, and Discovery Cove as a gate.
Wow.
And so our Discovery Cove here is pretty legit.
I'm sure.
There is a not so lazy river, like a rapid rapids river is what it's
cool.
called. And I think it's even better than Universal's. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm a huge fan of that one as well. And there's just all kinds of slides and water things. We've got a new one opening up that just opened up this week where they're projecting like an aquarium on top of the big bowls that you go in and kind of flush down, right?
Yeah.
So
that's
I
cool.
originally thought it was underwater, but it's not. But we do have slides that your water slide goes through a shark tank.
Oh, cool.
In all honesty, you're sliding through this thing so fast you can't see the
see.
sharks around you. But it is a little creepy knowing that you're in water and right next to you on both sides, you're
that's
going
cool.
through a tube through the shark tank, and there's real life sharks in the water on both sides, and you're in the
I think
water
that's cool.
too. Like, yeah, it's definitely cool. It's definitely cool. And we tell you all this because we're like, hey, if your family's getting a little tired of Disney and you want to mix it up a little bit, like, don't sleep on SeaWorld. It's very, very, very affordable, at least to get in. Now, my experience is like if a Coke is $4.50 at Disney, it'll be $8 at SeaWorld. Okay.
But you can buy the refillable. For us, you can buy the big one and refill it all day. So that's kind of like Universal, where you buy it for the whole day and then you're only paying $13 for the whole day, and y'all share it. That's the other hack. Y'all get to share the big one. And we have popcorn too. So you buy the popcorn and then you refill it all day. So you're snacking all day.
Yeah. It's definitely something that I would not sleep on as well. We all actually have the all-day dining deal here.
Yes, so do we. Worth it.
Which, with the annual pass discount, was like $40. And my friend Rich and I rope dropped it, and we were like, $40, we can eat every 90 minutes. And we actually only ate 3 times before we were like, we can't eat anymore.
You're so full, yeah.
We're so full, but I mean, 3 full theme park meals for $40.
That's great. Yeah.
That was a deal.
Awesome.
Okay. That was definitely a deal.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
agree.
You can catch their sales on their websites. Again, Capital One Shopping, Rakuten, all of those different little browser add-on tools will help you shave a few more dollars off of this.
Yeah.
Because if, my people know me, like I don't pay retail for anything. So
the other thing that I dislike, and we talked about this, is the nickel and dime with the lockers. You have to put your stuff in a locker almost every single ride you go on. So the problem is, if both of you want to ride, you got to lock that stuff up. They won't let you take it in the line even. They're like, nope, it's got to go. So
yeah,
that's the only thing.
The workaround here in Orlando is they call them 3-prong plastic clip, and they're fanny packs that have the plastic clips that come back in.
Okay.
And you can wear those on a ride. You have to like buckle it around you and wear it, but you can at least wear that on a ride. And so that's my trick.
Yeah, we can't. They're like, no phones. Phones die on this ride. No nothing. Your phone, they will put in a tray for you, so you can bring your phone through the line, but it will not be on the ride with you. You have to put it in a tray. But everything else locked up. So when you have your popcorn bucket and your sipper, you got to lock that stuff up, and they charge you every single time.
Yeah,
And nothing's close.
yeah, that part's no bueno.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm
So we
not a
have that.
huge fan of that. At least Universal, the lockers are free.
Yeah.
And
For the first couple hours. No, you got to pay $2 every time. I said, oh, I'll just sit this one out and you go, and then I'll go if the line's still short.
yeah,
Because you get so like fatigued of paying those locker fees.
yeah, it's a little on the nickel and dimey side. But when you look at the fact that you're not spending $200 to get a park
No.
hopper there,
No, or to
you
get
know what I'm
in.
saying?
Right.
It's $50-$60 to get in, and there's a lot of bring a friend free passes kind of thing
Right.
going on as well.
Yeah.
So,
They gave me a free ticket and a free fun card. So it is worth it. Oh, I let Frederica here. She'll be my Sherpa. Fine. You can come stand
Yeah.
around while I go on everything.
yeah, definitely so. Definitely so.
Bring a Sherpa.
Yeah. So, Gina, I think we've pretty well covered everything else. Does anybody have any questions that's out there on stuff that you'd like us to answer? I mean, I've been an annual pass holder for 2 years now, but I don't know the park like I do Universal and Disney. I can tell you this, here in Orlando as well, just like there's the Epcot Garden Rock series, we have concerts here almost every weekend.
Oh, we
So
don't.
Friday night, Saturday night, a lot of times Sunday nights as well. And
That's good. I don't have that.
they're the same level of bands that you would
That's
see come in at
great.
Garden Rocks.
That's
okay?
great. That's fun. We don't have
Yeah,
anything like that.
Yeah, you'll start to see that there's overlap. Like, they might do SeaWorld in the spring and then Epcot for Food and Wine. Like,
That's great.
it's definitely the same type of venues. And the other thing is that Orlando SeaWorld Stadium is an actual stadium. It's covered and you
Wow.
have full seats. It's not like Epcot at all. It is way, 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 way more comfortable and way easier visibility on a steep stadium. And then when they rock the whole park. Like,
That's fun.
Because it's they're facing the stadium, but right behind them is the big lake that it overlooks the rest of the park.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
And
this is a good question from Carissa.
yeah, I have not got to go at Christmas time yet, but I am told they do a phenomenal live nativity Christmas type scenario.
Oh, wow. We don't have that. We have Polar Express, but it's very cute. And it snows inside, so it's very fun. And the theater's really cool. It's like a movie. You get to watch Polar Express and it comes to life. It's pretty cool. But not
Yeah. But I am told that Christmas festival thing is a not to be missed. And I just keep missing it every year. And what's even worse is some of the entertainers that I know here at Disney also work at Universal. And so they've been in it. So I hang my head in shame. Like, I should have went and supported my friends and popped
Yeah.
over there and seen them. But yeah, I will definitely right that wrong this year.
Yeah.
And
Oh, good. And then Matt's gonna try SeaWorld on your next trip. You won't be disappointed. Really. It's a lot of fun. It's totally different. The animal encounters really are fabulous, especially for 7, 8, 9. It's great.
yeah,
And then
it definitely is. Now, I will set expectations as well. SeaWorld in Orlando isn't like Main Street USA. The Main Street is like really curvy, windy. My friend Aaron and I swear to goodness that they cobbled together this park like one little add-on at a time without any kind of master plan or master vision. Because it's taken me forever to learn how to navigate the park, because it's not a hub and spoke.
No.
It's not like circular. There's
No.
no like really good design.
There's no
layout to
rhyme
it.
or reason. You just have to go and walk through. For us, it's you walk in and it's an interactive aquarium immediately. So it's a people eater immediately. There's tons of people. And it's like, oh, this is so poorly managed because there's so many people. You can't get around the interactive aquarium to even go to anything else because you got it's a mob of people. And then you turn right and there's it used to be the Busch Gardens, like beer garden. They totally changed it. So now people are like, where are we going? I'm like, I don't know. It's all changed. Sorry. I'm not the designer of this. They're trying to build more coasters. So that is like Coaster Alley. There's 2 coasters over there. Oh, we have Journey of Atlantis. I forgot. It's always closed. Forgot about that
Yes.
coaster. Forgot.
We have a Journey of Atlantis ride, which is I thought it was a 1-drop coaster, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys as well.
Does yours have the
because
elevator?
Yes.
Ours has an
Well,
elevator. Yeah, it's the same, I think.
I don't know if it's a vertical elevator, but it's definitely a ride up.
Okay. Ours is like a Splash Mountain meets a water coaster type deal. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then we also have the round like Grizzly River Run.
Oh, we have that too.
And this one is wet. Okay. It's not quite as wet as Blue Toes or is over at Universal, where you're guaranteed to get soaked head to toe, but you're going to get a lot more wet than you are at Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Yeah.
And the one here in Animal Kingdom.
Ours, you pay $0.25 and kids can shoot you and get you even wetter.
Yeah, we have that here as well.
Yeah, so that's part of the problem.
Yeah, definitely they can pay to squirt you like.
Yeah.
This is the nickel and diamond stuff we're talking about at SeaWorld, right?
Yeah.
It's, they're monetizing the ability to squirt water at people.
Yeah.
Like it's
every chance they get. Anyway, I forgot about that journey to Atlantis because as you walk through the crazy entrance where there's no main street, there's no hub, it's just a bunch of people at the interactive aquarium. You turn right and there's 3 rides in a row plus a kiddie land. Then there's the rescue area for the penguin encounter, and the Arctic rescue, which has the Tron-like ride, which is really cool. It's awesome. And you don't have to lean forward. You get to sit up straight, which I love. And then, because you're on a snowmobile. And then you go around. I'm trying to think. Then there's like the weird area that's for seasonal only. So they have an unused area. It's a lot of unused space in SeaWorld.
Yeah, they also sell express passes here. I don't know if you guys do this as well.
But it's not worth it.
It depends on the day. And on my day with my brother, they were, I don't know, $12.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And it worked on everything but the brand new pipeline coaster. And
Oh,
for
okay.
$12, we saved a couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely worth it for $12 with the annual pass discount and all of that stuff as well.
Yeah.
So again, don't sleep on the annual pass. Don't sleep on all the discounts because you're going to need them for the nickel and diamond.
Yes.
You're definitely going to need them.
You need you need the discounts. One of us always has to have a pass for parking because my fun card does not come with parking, and for the discounts on everything because my fun card has nothing. My fun card just gets me in and that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's
it was free. Yeah. But hey, it was free. So I'm not complaining.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's it, guys. If you want to join us on SeaWorld, message me when you're in Orlando. There's a good chance I can pop over and join you if I'm in town. And we definitely are going to SeaWorld in Orlando on probably around, April 6th?
Oh, San Diego. Yeah,
yes.
SeaWorld San Diego, April 5th or 6th.
5th or 6th, someplace in there in 2025. Yeah. So,
I have a pass.
Yeah, that wraps up our show tonight, everybody. Thank you, as always, for tuning in, and thank you for your comments. And if you're watching the replay, leave a comment down below, and we'll be sure to come back in and follow up with that after the show as well. Gina, that's all I got for tonight. Any other final words of wisdom?
No, but yeah, I love SeaWorld. It's a great place. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, for $400, when you're talking about Disney is 4 times the price, you can't go wrong with the annual pass here. It's really,
it's a great day
I
trip.
look at it a couple of visits and I'm good, especially because I can bring in extra people with me. I'm good. There's a cool concert or something, pop over there, check it out. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully, you guys enjoy a little SeaWorld action and don't sleep on it too much. Have a great night, everybody. We'll be back next week. Ron Schammert will be joining us for a Disneyland trip report and
California.
Their first visit to the Villas at Disneyland Hotel as owners there as well. So we'll be glad to see you guys next week. Have a great one.
Night.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
Aw, chill up, Dad. You know we'll come back. With DVC.
My DVC Points is an unofficial Disney-inspired podcast created by fans of Disney Vacation Club. The thoughts expressed in this podcast are personal opinions and personal experiences. My DVC Points is not affiliated with Disney Vacation Club, the Walt Disney Companies, or any subsidiaries. We encourage listeners to contact their DVC guide or member services for official DVC policies.